Hey guys, Enders here. Welcome back to another video. This is going to be a follow-up video clarifying some things from my last Recoil video that I made last week, demonstrating a bunch of broken things in the game, disconnected animations, broken recoils, a bunch of things. It's going to be clarifying a lot of things. I'm going to show some Battlefield 1 comparison because some people had some questions about, whether or not this is even a problem. Well, I would like to dispel that immediately. To the people that think this is not a problem, I showed this to developers months ago, actually, and they confirmed to me directly that this is not intentional and that this is, in fact, a bug with the game. So anyone that says this is not a bug, whatever you may think about the problem that I'm showing you, whether you think, oh, it's not that big of a deal, it doesn't affect players, it is 100% developer confirmed to be a bug, and they just haven't fixed it because, DICE, what can you even expect at this point? But I'm going to demonstrate some things in this video and then jump over to Battlefield 1 and explain some things about screen center and the syncing and all that sort of thing, and how basically this is the way 2042 works right now is not at all how any video game should work ever, and that's, well, because it's bugged. So without further ado, let's just jump into things. If you enjoyed the video, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel, and let's just talk about this in a little bit more depth. So I'm just going to demonstrate it at first, right? As you can see, I have a crosshair overlay in my OBS right now that shows the true center of screen at all times relative to the recoil and relative to the weapon sight. If this game functioned like a normal game, the screen center should say stuck to the red dot at all times, no matter what I do with my mouse. There should be no delay of the screen center disconnecting from the red dot. There should be none of that at all. It should always be connected directly to my red dot sight. So let's just shoot the gun and see what happens. And as you can see, there's a clear disconnect from when I pull down. There's a clear lag from when I pull down. It lags down. It doesn't immediately snap back. If the game is working correctly, as I'll demonstrate in Battlefield 1, the screen center would basically be my aim, right? Because that's how FPS games are played. You aim with the center of your screen. The center of your screen in this game is lagging behind the red dot sight, okay? That should absolutely not function like that. And this affects, multiple weapons in the game. I showcase the, excuse me, let me put iron sights on here. I showcase the semi-automatic Glock. I mean, look at how disconnected the animation is as well. Right, so let's jump over to Battlefield 1, and I will explain and show you how a really full functional game gunplay system works and what the screen center should be doing in relation to the weapon sight and your actual aim and all that sort of stuff. Alright, so we're in Battlefield 1, and I'm going to do this for a comparison's sake. You will see that as soon as I start shooting, you should see the immediate and obvious difference between 2042, the bugged system, and Battlefield 1, the correctly functional system. Now, before I shoot, there are some things I absolutely must explain about Battlefield 1's gunplay that might confuse some people, and I don't want confusion to happen. In Battlefield 1, there is a system DICE put in place for weapon balance or aim accuracy purposes called visual recoil. Visual recoil is, I'll demonstrate it right now. You see how the weapon is kind of swaying back and forth and the weapon's animation is like that? That is completely there in order to fool you. That means nothing whatsoever. In Battlefield 1, your point of aim, i.e. where your bullets actually land, is always the center of the screen. As you can see, I just whacked that random fucking moron that decided to try to kill me. Not in my YouTube video, okay? Get the fuck out of my face. Anyway.
12 seconds later.
Before we had that little strange interruption, the point I was trying to make is ignore every single visual thing on your screen. Ignore everything. The real point of aim in Battlefield 1 is your screen center. That is where the bullets go. That is where your true point of aim is at all times. Ignore everything visual going on. Okay? So, without further ado, let's do the same test that I did in Battlefield 2042, and I will show you the direct comparison between the two. You should see the immediate difference. You see when I pull down, there's no lag. In 2042, when you pull down, your screen center goes, I'm going to sit up here for a little bit, and now I'm back down, right? In Battlefield 1, I can whip this around no matter where, right? I can whip it around no matter where, and it will never disconnect or be laggy or have some animation problem or do anything of the sort. Because Battlefield 1 is a functional gunplay system, and 2042's is simply not. And just for the sake of consistency, I'm going to replicate the exact same test that I do in 2042 with the horizontal thing, and you'll see just it works the exact same way. There was absolutely no way I'm going to be able to disconnect the screen center from the weapon sight, or really anything at any point, because, you know, it's not bugged. So, as you can see, this is how 2042's gunplay should look when you shoot, but it doesn't. So there is definitely something wrong with the screen center reset. There's some sort of delay going on there. And apparently attachments also affect the severity of the recoil bug. And Cadwoman made a video about this demonstrating that. The Arcom tactical muzzle brake, for instance, allegedly increases the severity of the recoil bug because it increases, you know, certain recoil aspects. So there's multiple facets to this bug, and I just want to talk about one more clip before I wrap this video up that is very, very interesting, that also suggests that sometimes the recoil bug will just take over and ignore anything you're doing with your mouse. As you can see in this clip, I'm just playing the game like normal. I'm shooting at people on Hourglass, I'm on defense, blah, blah, blah. You know, typical 2042 action going on here. But as I'm shooting at these two particular people behind cover, I notice immediately that at some random point, the recoil bug decided, you know what, I'm just gonna ignore everything you're doing with your input, and the weapon will now just climb at its own rate, and I immediately freak out in the clip because I notice it, and I notice it because it was ignoring either my input or the input was being taken, and the recoil bug just sort of reached, I don't know, some sort of climax period and just sort of ignored whatever I was trying to do. So, as you can see, this bug is multifaceted. It affects every single player in the entire game, and DICE has known about it for, oh, I don't know, maybe about 5 or maybe even 6 months, and they still seem to refuse to fix it. Maybe the second resurgence of this bug being discussed will convince them to actually fix the shooting mechanics in their game, but I doubt it. So thank you again to Cadwoman for making further coverage on this video. Thank you again for watching this video. If you enjoyed the video, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. I stream every single day at twitch.tv/enders. Come check me out. I will be playing in some various tournaments, hopefully going on for Gundam Evolution, a game that I really liked, but is unfortunately getting shut down. So we're going to have a little bit of a goodbye session for that game. And I did a couple giveaways, so maybe join the Discord and follow me on Twitter to keep up with when I'm doing those. All links are in the description. I'll see you guys later.